Hi, everyone. My name is Julie Collins, and I am coming to you with a video about the importance of events in your Plexus business. So why am I bringing you this video? Well, actually, a few weeks ago, we had some live training among ambassadors on our team in Fredericton, and this was part of the presentation we did that day. And Krista had asked me to share a bit of it in a video presentation, and I completely forgotten until tonight when I was getting excited as I watched some of our teammates share about the upcoming opportunity meetings this month. And I was like, oh my gosh, yes, I was going to do this. So this is a means of sharing what you may have missed out on because you weren't able to attend that live event, or maybe you just want a quick review on why we said events are so critical to your Plexus biz. So I'm making this video in October of 2018, and really the climate right now is that there's a lot of excitement around the fact that we have corporate opportunity meetings across Canada this month and next. We have had a few that have already occurred and many more on the horizon. So that's where the excitement is coming from right now. But the reality is, whether you're viewing this video in October of 2018, 1 month from now, 6 months from now, 12 months from now, 18 months from now, I am decidedly confident that regardless of that timeline, events are really critical to your business. So here's a little bit about why. And I need to share my screen because this is take 2 of this video because I accidentally didn't share my screen the first time I made the video. So hopefully this time now you can see my slides. And I'm having these slides just to remind me a bit about the conversation that I had with our team when we did this event live. So building a strong Plexus biz using events. And the reality is that events would normally form a part of any multi-level marketing business. An opportunity event is not something that is unique to Plexus. It is commonly done. It's a way of a network marketing business to share their opportunity. But the exciting thing about Plexus is that we don't just limit it to opportunity meetings. There are so many events that occur, big, small, annual, random, local, invitational, earned, all kinds of events. So here's just a smattering of some of these, and we're going to tell you a little bit more about these. But what I really want to start out with is this ever important, why are Plexus events so important? And there are 4 points that I want to share with you here. And as you're listening to these 4 points and considering them, there are 2 things that I want you to be thinking of. That is, why or how would this event impact someone who might be interested in Plexus? So it might be a prospect or someone that you are talking to Plexus about, a potential customer, a potential ambassador and team member. And why are the events important to you as an existing ambassador? And we're going to talk a little bit about that. So firstly, events are critical as inspiration. They inspire your guests and you with impactful stories. So the reality is, in our excitement of sharing Plexus, oftentimes we refer to other people's stories. You know, it makes sense to share our own story, but oftentimes to really build belief in someone about the excitement around Plexus, you talk about other people. What is even more impactful than sharing their stories? Having those people hear the stories firsthand. And I am telling you, there are some stories and testimonies that just do not leave a dry eye in the house. There is something very important and special about hearing a testimony delivered firsthand and in person. It really, really, really is impactful. And when you have a number of those done in a space over a short period of time, which is often the case in these events, it really, really, really is impactful. So inspiration is one of the number 1 reasons for your guests, but also for you. And that leads into number 2, which is the building of belief. And you're building belief for your existing customers, you're building belief for your potential customers, you're building belief for your existing team members, your new ambassadors, and for yourself. Because here's the reality, when it's all brand new to someone, they don't have belief. So they borrow the belief of others. Being in a room of Plexus people who are filled with belief makes it so much easier to borrow that belief. I've said it before, I'll say it again and again and again. The products are amazing, but people who really stick with Plexus or who join and really passionately go after sharing Plexus, it's because of the Plexus community. It's because of the connections they've made with people, and it's because they're constantly and consistently having their belief nourished by ongoing filling up with these testimonies and these stories and the passion of other people. It is a huge part of this business. It's not just about a few pills in a bottle or this little magical pink drink. It's bigger than that. And you really, really, really feel that in events. People who are new to Plexus or are potentials, they need their belief built because they have nothing to go on. But the reality is that events are also really critical for nourishing the belief, even the beliefs that you have. And we've talked a number of times about the 4 levels of belief. You have belief in the products, belief in the company, belief in the industry, and belief in yourself. And the reality is, as you're working on this business day to day, we have highs and lows. And sometimes part of those lows can really mean your belief takes a hit. Events are an incredible way for you to nurture your belief. And so it's not just about your guests. And that ties into number 3, which is the positive relationships that come from this business. I completely underestimated the role of relationships in this business. It's bigger than that. It's bigger than just a business. And I now have connections with people virtually and in person that I never would have dreamed would have existed. And it's because of this business. And sometimes they're new relationships, and sometimes they are rekindled relationships, and they're incredibly, incredibly important. And people feel that when they're in a room at the event, when they see people connecting with each other, and they're greeting each other because they haven't seen each other for a long time. Or sometimes the hugs are because, oh my gosh, it's so great to meet you in person because I've only ever seen you virtually before. Those moments can't be captured in words. They're captured when you feel them when you're in the room. And events really, really do a great job of sharing what our Plexus culture is. And of course, maybe what would have been the most obvious is that events are a way of building your business and really helping your prospects move along the line of moving from just seeking information to taking that first step, perhaps as a customer, or perhaps enrolling as a team member. So those are 4 reasons that events are incredible. Now, I'm just going to do a rundown of some of the events that we have. And there are events where we would have guests and events that are designed for ambassadors specifically. And the first kind of event is opportunity meetings. Opportunity meetings can be scheduled pretty much at any time. Like I told you, because it is October 2018, we're really focused right now on these upcoming opportunity events that are being hosted by corporate. This is an incredibly, incredibly exciting thing that we have the General Manager of Canada coming across Canada to share her wealth and experience and knowledge. And Ken is coming along, and I apologize, I should know his title right off. I don't know right off. Sales and Marketing Director for Canada. So like these are our 2 Canadian bigwigs from corporate. This is incredible. And this tour is not being replicated in the other countries in which Plexus is. It is unique to us. It really, really, really critical that you do your best to get out to one of these events. And they are occurring across Canada. And an opportunity event, again, with any company is when people come into a room and they hear about what the business is about. Plexus opportunity events are an opportunity for people to hear about Plexus as a company, what it has to offer, its experience, its accolades, but also what it offers to people in terms of product and financial and time freedom. So typically you would have lots of information, and you would also have an opportunity for people to try the pink drink. You would have opportunity to hear testimonies. And at these events, we're going to have a lot of swag, so we're really excited. We are really, really, really lucky on our team. We have a number of people who do a bang-up job of hosting opportunity meetings as well. So an opportunity meeting doesn't always have to be hosted by corporate who are sent out from Arizona to do this on our behalf. But we often host local opportunity meetings in small venues in our small communities, and our team members do a great job. So they basically replicate the same idea, perhaps on a smaller scale, but to get the word out about Plexus. And it can be something that we call an opportunity meeting, or it may be simply a sip and see, which is just pretty much a scaled down version of an opportunity meeting. So typically this is done in someone's home. That doesn't have to be, it could be a local place in the community. But more than often than not, it's in someone's home. People sitting around comfortably. One person, it might be the homeowner, it might be their sponsor, it might be a sideline team member, or someone who just loves to passionately share about Plexus. They talk about the products, they talk about the opportunity, you share some pink drink, and it's a more personalized way to hear about what Plexus can mean for people, ask and answer questions, and hopefully nurture someone's idea of jumping in as a customer, as an ambassador. And both with opportunity meetings and sip and see meetings, this is what's really critical. If you can't attend the event that is local to you for whatever reason, oftentimes geography is the answer, that doesn't mean that those events shouldn't be a part of your sharing. In fact, the opposite is true. So, for example, we know that there are opportunity meetings taking place across Canada. We should be reaching out to everybody we know in all those locations. And no, I can't attend with someone the meeting that's occurring in Lethbridge, but I can still share it with them, tell them about it, and then reach out to my sideline to find out, hey, who's going to be in Lethbridge that night? My friend Joe is coming to the meeting, and I would just love for you to keep an eye out and greet him and welcome him there. And that is part of our One Plexus culture. You perhaps aren't going to host a sip and see in the near future, but you have a couple of people that really want to learn a little more, and your friend 50 kilometers away is hosting one. Why not send them to that event? So events don't always have to be something you're hosting or attending per se. We look at all events as an opportunity to send our guests. What else have we got here? Okay, so here we have the list of annual events that occur, some of which are open to everyone and some of which are personal invitations. And I'm just going to do a quick rundown. So we start the year off in January with Super Saturday. It's an event for everyone, and it is an event to which you can invite guests. If you're fortunate enough to live in a location or live nearby a location, they will host Super Saturday in a number of cities. I want to say 25 different cities across the US, and we have had Super Saturday hosted in 6 cities across Canada in the past. Last year in 2018, it happened to be also offered for live stream. So whether you can physically get yourself to an event and attend with people, or whether you have a big party of it, host people in your living room, or rent a small local venue and make a big party of it and view the live stream together. That's what Super Saturday is about. It's a day of training. It's a day of generating excitement for the year to come. There is usually a big reveal of something new in the company, be it a product, be it a new tool that we're using in our business. It just really generates excitement for the whole year. And they also will tell us what the theme of the year is. And you'll see that the other events throughout the year play into that theme. So Super Saturday is a really great kickoff to the year. In June, we have convention. This is open to everyone. There is a registration that is paid. It's usually in the area of about $100 US. They will pick a large venue to host convention. Large meaning 12,000 people can attend. And this is a really, really amazing 3 or 4 days. It's high energy, it's impactful, it's jam-packed full of training, just amazing events, meals, and the giant swag store, and there's always big reveals, and people that you have heard about and read about and seen and followed are on stage. There's recognition, and this is not a small event. They take over a convention center. They completely plexify it. It's absolutely incredible what they do artistically with the venue. The lights and sound and the staging is first class. It is just an unbelievable event in which to be present and feel. And often it's said that leaders are made at events. And if you were to attend an event like convention, you would understand where that statement comes from, because the energy and the excitement that it generates and the belief building that it does is just, there really are no words. It's incredible. So you need to put attending convention on your vision board. It's something you need to picture in your mind. You see yourself there and you do it. You make it happen. And if not in 2019, then target 2020. There will be a contest in the months leading up to convention where you can earn credits. And the first level is usually helping you defray the registration cost. And then there are other incentives like cash prizes, winners, dinners, shopping sprees, and the like that come a part of this. So that is something definitely to put on your to-do list. The 3 remaining events on that list are earned events. I'm going to start with the middle. Emerald Extravaganza is probably the most notable trip in Plexus, in that it is the annual trip to Hawaii that comes along with earning Emerald status. And what's really exciting about this is not like a first-time boat trip. Pardon me. There is the opportunity to earn this trip every year that you are qualified Emerald. How amazing is that? So again, an amazing venue on Hawaii, just absolutely treated and treasured for the 4 or 5 days that you're there. Wonderful, wonderful opportunity in an amazing resort. And again, in addition to the relaxation and the beauty and the water and the luau's and all the food and the magnificence and the decoration and all the plexification of the venue that they do, in addition to that, it's the connections and the people and the celebration of how people are growing in their business and meeting people that you've been working alongside or even followed or maybe even idolized. So really, really, really great opportunity. And we should all have that on our vision board to hit Emerald status and picture ourselves in Hawaii. In the days leading up to that is the Diamond destination. So just prior to going over to the Emerald Extravaganza, those who have earned the Diamond status are extra specially wined and dined and treated for a few days before that in a supremely amazing location. And the Leaders Retreat occurs in October. And Leaders Retreat is an earned trip. It is a little in between convention and the Emerald Extravaganza in that it's partially being treated and rewarded for building your business, but also there's great training and usually a big reveal of a product or some new element to our business. There is a Leaders Retreat contest in the 3 months prior to Leaders Retreat. So how you earn your way to Leaders Retreat is by building your business. You build your customer base and you build your team and you earn credits from doing that, where the minimum number of credits earns you the trip, and then additional credits after that earn you some incentives, including cash prizes, winners, dinners, and the like. And it really, really, really is a wonderful opportunity to have a great trip for you and a guest. But more importantly, it's symbolic of the fact that you've really dug in deep and you've built your business. And so the trip is almost like icing on the cake to the fact that you have just invested a lot of energy in growing your business. And so Leaders Retreat is a time to be able to go, hey, look at what I did. How wonderful is that? So in 2018, it happens to be a cruise. That is because the theme that was announced in 2018 at Super Saturday was legacy. So because this was our legacy year, they're sending us on the legacy cruise. But normally it's a land-based vacation at a resort somewhere where you and your guest, you make your way there on location, and then they put you up and treat you to the 3 days of relaxation and rest and spoiling and amazing training and big reveal. So those are the annual events in a nutshell. I think my next slide is just about the Silver Stars trip. So this is just an opportunity to be recognized. So each month in Plexus, of the 700,000 ambassadors, they look at the 3 ambassadors across the 700,000 who had the most new silvers developed in the first 4 levels on their team. And each of those people every month is rewarded with this trip. So what is it? You are flown to corporate in Arizona, Scottsdale, Arizona, Right here we see images of the tour we had of corporate. There are no images, but we also had a tour of the packaging and shipping building. It's also where research and development is, product packaging and design, all those amazing things. So you really see from the inside out how corporate is run, what it's built on. You meet members of corporate, you have this big tour, you're wined and dined. You get to go to dinner with the president and CEO, one or the other or both, and really be treated for a few days in an amazing resort. And we have had members of our team, I believe Krista said 4 members of our team over the years have earned the Silver Stars trip. So that's a really, really, really great opportunity. And then you can watch, usually in the scoop, I believe they'll announce each month who were the Silver Stars trip winners for each month of the year. And so since events are so important, you need to know, well, how do I get people out to events? Oops, sorry, didn't mean to do that. Just want to move this out of the way. And so here are some tips for getting people out to events. And the number one thing is you use a personal invitation. Pick up the phone and call them and share the excitement. Message if you must, but not a poster in a staff room and not a poster on your Facebook wall. It's not about, hey, everybody, there's a great thing coming on. Who wants to come? It's about reaching out and saying, Jenny, there's this amazing thing happening and I'd love for you to come with me. This is where it is and what's going on and why I think you should be there. So make sure they're personal invitations. And you have to issue many, 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 many invitations. If you want 5 people to attend an event with you, you should be ready to contact 50 to 100 people. Life is busy. People have things going on. Calendars are full. You can't make an assumption that every person you reach out to is going to stop, drop, and roll and show up at the event. Wouldn't that be fantastic? Absolutely it would. But it's not realistic. It's a numbers game. So you need to take out long lists. Take out all those lists that you've been working on, and you go through and you invite many, 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 many people to these events. Now, because you're making personal invitations, before you pick up the phone or before you start typing that personal invite, you need to think about who they are as a person and what would attract them to attend that event. If you're using the 4 colors of network marketing, for example, think about what color are they? Are they blue? Then you're really going to capitalize on the fun. Oh my gosh, Jenny, you need to come to this event. It's going to be so great. There's going to be these amazing people. There's so much fun. And there's going to be swag. And we're going to try the pink drink. And there's going to be music and testimonies. And you really play up the fun. If the person that you're inviting is more green, listen, Anna, I really know that you're interested in hearing more details about how this business works. This is the perfect opportunity for you to come and hear in detail. We're going to have several presenters and they're going to talk about it. So you really tap into that. If the person's yellow, they're really seeking to help people. So you lean on that as you make the invitation. You know, Plexus is a service business. It's about giving back to people. So April, I'd really love it if you would come and hear about how you could reach out to more people and help them through your Plexus Biz. Would you come to the event? You know, that kind of a thing. And if the person that you're inviting is more red, they're driven, they're achievement oriented, and they're also usually some competition there. They're kind of competitive. So it's like, hey, Fred, you need to come to this meeting because, you know, like leaders in our company are going to be presenting and sharing about how they really made this business grow for themselves. And they're going to talk about their success and give away some of their success secrets. You know, so really kind of capitalize on what about that meeting would be attractive to that personality. You make it as easy as you can for them to attend. In other words, make it as hard as you can for them to say no. Offer to pick them up, offer to take them out for dinner or maybe for a drink afterwards. Offer to send them reminders, whatever it takes to get them out to that event. And if it's not an event that you physically can attend yourself, that doesn't mean you don't invite or you don't have this personalization. Your personalization is that you are going to connect with someone who's going to be there. So if the event is in Lethbridge, we reach out to our sideline, we say, hey, who's going to be in Lethbridge next week? Great, Jim, I'm so glad you're going to be there. You talk to your friend, Susan, you say, hey, Susan, like my friend, I forget whose name was now. Isn't that awful? My friend Jim is going to meet you there at the meeting. He's going to be looking for you. Can't wait for you to meet him, right? So we do that for each other. That's part of One Plexus, that we are there to help host and welcome people and make them feel at home and be a part of that event and be really glad that they attended. You always follow up. If it's live, you can do it while you're there. If not, you're making the phone call afterwards. Oh, I can't wait to talk to you. I so want to hear, what did you love best about that event? So don't ask them, what'd you think? It's too open, it's too broad. They could list all the things they didn't like. Focus on the positive. What did you love best? Tell me about what was most striking to you. What impacted you the most from that event? Really focus on a question that's going to get them talking about what they loved about the meeting, and follow up, follow up, follow up, follow up, follow up. That's how we do business, and that's how we grow. So that, in a nutshell, is why events are important and why they need to be a part of your calendar, why you need to follow your team pages and be aware of what events are going on, big, small, or otherwise. Mark them in your calendar, and always be consulting your list for where do people live, and what can I connect them with, and whom can I connect them with, to inspire them, to build belief, to help build positive relationships, and to help them move closer to making the decision to become a customer or teammate. I talk fast and I presented a lot really quickly. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me if there's anything you'd like clarified. If something didn't make sense or you want to revisit it again, look at the PowerPoint slides, whatever will help you in just recognizing how you can use events to build your Plexus business. Hope this has been helpful. Thanks, everyone.